battered sausage and chips and their gravy, and I tell you what, that looks fantastic. And how does that look? We've got the whole bay, and how beautiful is it? Oh my God, I'm nearly finished, babe. Look at that. Chippy Tour. Right, okay, we're in Morecambe and we're at Kenny's, and I'm not going to touch this because this belongs to Georgia, our niece. Wherever we go anywhere, she always goes for battered sausage and chips and their gravy, and I tell you what, that looks fantastic. I have pinched a chip and I do like that gravy instantly, so I'm going to pass this on because she'll start crying. If I break into that sausage, it'll be all over. That'll be it. She'll be walking home from here. And one of the reasons we came down here today was because it's beef dripping. You can't miss Kenny's. It's absolutely fantastic. It's got like an old English style to it, an old Chippy style to it. And just before leaving, I'm talking to the owner, and he says he's proud of cooking in beef dripping. He thinks it's the traditional way. He thinks it's the only way. I love beef dripping. My wife loves beef dripping. I can eat anything, and I don't mind any way. Oil, diesel, you name it, I'll be on it. Like a tick on a bloodhound. So let's have a little look here. What have we got? What's in this? I'll tell you what, I'll leave that for a minute because I really want to get stuck into the fish and chips. Okay, we've got a couple of little things going on here. Beautiful, and what a beautiful day. It's, oh, look at that. And I love the packaging. It's cardboard. So I'm going to tip all this off here. And you're going to get a look at it. It's haddock. And how does that look? Let's crack it open. And there's just nothing like beef dripping and the smell when you walk in to the chippy. Oh yeah. Now those chips, they're absolutely delicious. I've now got a couple of interesting bits and bobs here. What we've got is a corned beef fritter. Again, cooked in the beef dripping. We've got 4.
Just hold, please. Got on you.
We had 4 potato scallops, but Susie just took off with 2 of them. Let's get a good look at them. Fantastic. But it's got a firmness to it, but not too firm. It just falls apart. I'll put all the details in the description. So the haddock was £8.25. And the chips were £3.70. The jumbo sausage, and that was a cracking looking sausage that. I bet there's none saved, you know. It was £2.80. Small gravy, £1.50. Corned beef fritter, £2.70. And potato scallops, because she said these were a little bit smaller than usual, she gave me 2 for the price of 1. And it was £1.20. So 60 pence each. Fabulous. And they didn't know they were being reviewed as usual. So it wasn't like they were doing us any favours. We didn't let them know until we got the food. So firstly, thank you everyone for your support. And I'd like to welcome around 1,000 new subscribers in just the last few days. That's incredible. So thank you very much for that. It's roasting, and as you can see behind me, we've got the whole bay. And how beautiful is it? Now, of course, this is the home of Tyson Fury, or was. I think he's moved to the Isle of Man now. So that shop was absolutely spot on. It really was. The staff had the uniforms on. Everything was spotlessly clean. Customer service was fantastic. It really was. I wouldn't hesitate to go back there if I was here again. And the people that I was talking to in the queue, asking what they thought about it, they said it's the best in Morecambe. Is it the best in Morecambe? Have you been there? Have you been to anywhere else? Let me know. So it's back to the computer where we'll look at some Google reviews, a low one, a high one, maybe somewhere in the middle if there is one, if there's a low one for that matter, and then mine. So we'll see you there. Before we get started on the reviews, and because this was a beef dripping chippy, and because there's probably a lot of you like beef dripping, and because there's over 1,000 new subscribers to the channel this week, thank you for that, I thought I'd point out we do have a beef dripping map. So if you go to the chippytour.com, you get to the website, dead straightforward. I'm going to go over this really quickly. You can either use the links on the top here, beef dripping. You can see all these other links on the page, but there's lots of other links here too. If we click on the beef dripping one, you go to the page and there's the title, beef dripping, tells you a little bit about it and why I've created it. Below that, it's got more information about beef dripping, but you can zoom into the map to where you live or where you're planning on heading. And if you were to click on the brown ones, they're the ones I've not visited yet. So it gives you some information there for Google, directions. You can go to their website. There's all kinds of information. Now, if you go to the orange ones, they're the ones I've already visited. And what you'll find is my review from Google, their address and everything else. You still get all the same stuff, directions, and you'll find my review video, which you can just click on there. You don't have to go to YouTube to watch it. And you can watch it from here. So that's it. I just thought I'd point that out because beef dripping is becoming more popular. I know a lot of people can't have it because of their religious beliefs, or they're vegans or vegetarians. But then you've got plenty that just don't like seed oils, that aren't necessarily fans of beef dripping, but they will opt for that to avoid seed oils. And there's a real mix of people, but beef dripping is making a comeback, and given the choice, I would have beef dripping. Let's get on to these reviews. Now this is a 4.7 rated fish and chip shop, 369 reviews, so which is pretty good going. So it's 2-star, the first one. After seeing these reviews, I'm doubting everything about any reviews. The staff were really lovely, friendly, etc. The food was appalling. The fish wasn't any fish I know. Blanched chips, holiday makers can't do much, and they don't care. They know you won't be back. We spent £50 and couldn't eat them. Had to go to Morrison's and buy more food. The seagulls enjoyed them anyway. I own a chippy. I know what I'm talking about. See, that's a funny one, isn't it? For someone who actually owns a chippy to leave a review like that. Oh my God, I've nearly finished this. Thank you, babe. Look at that. My wife's just brought in egg on wholemeal toast, that really crispy rye with avocado in there, pepper and salt. She looks after me, you know. I'd be lost without her. I really would. So I'm just going to quickly put that to one side while it cools down. You want that, don't you? So we do eat very healthily, believe it or not. We don't normally eat after 6 o'clock. We eat healthy food during the day. We have fish and chips made up to twice a week. But wild horses couldn't drag me off a battered fish. So yeah, that's a real strange one coming from a guy who owns a fish and chip shop. Unless he owns a fish and chip shop locally, which would make a difference, wouldn't it? For all the wrong reasons, of course, but I don't know that. It could be anything. So leave them to it. Everyone's entitled to review. I just thought it was a bit of a strange one, that's all. What do you think? Tell me in the comments. 3-star. We had fish and chips from there last weekend. The fish was delicious, a decent sized portion, batter was crispy and cooked just perfect. The chips, however, a different story. We arrived just after opening late afternoon. The chips were greasy and tasted like they were warmed up leftovers from lunchtime. It was like they had mixed the warmed up ones with the fresh cooked ones, because a few of them were okay. Shame really, but we won't be returning. Well, for someone that's not going to be returning, they left a 3-star review. They weren't happy with things, but that for them, for what they experienced according to their review, they've done the guy a favour with a 3-star review. A 3-star isn't the end of the world. A 1-star is ridiculous. Some people only have 1 or 5. That's it. Which is really unfair. 5-star. Just around the corner from me, and it's fair to say we're spoilt for choice with Chippies in Morecambe and Lancaster. But honestly, this is your choice. Fried in dripping, so the flavour of the chips is beautiful. Lovely homemade batter, well seasoned, fast service. I'm told they source their fish from a local fish merchant, Greenwoods, too, I don't know. Support local business. Arise King Kenny, the codfather. I know. It's Haddock, but still. That's a nice little review. Mine. I'm giving it a 5-star. You could probably tell by how I was enjoying everything. The Chippy Tour has a beef dripping map with hundreds of locations around the country. So with a beautiful day forecast, we decided to check out the map for Morecambe. I could see just one location, and as my wife particularly wanted beef dripping, we were in luck. The first thing to note is that the building looks great, with lovely traditional style. Inside was just as impressive, with attractive tiles and staff wearing smart uniforms. The shop was spotlessly clean and tidy, and the staff were polite and friendly. I ordered battered sausage, chips and gravy, although I didn't get to try much of it. It's my niece, that, you see. She loved it and said it was one of the best battered sausages she'd had. But the gravy was actually the highlight for her. I did pinch a chip with some gravy on it, and it was delicious. It was. I had one chip, I should have got a lot more, because I don't mind gravy on my fish and chips. I also ordered haddock and chips, while my wife had fish on its own. The size of the fish was just right, with a lovely, flaky texture inside and incredible beef dripping batter. The chips, although quite pale, were actually crispy on the outside with a lovely soft centre and plenty of flavour. I forgot to ask for scraps, but I'll make sure I get some next time. I could have swore I saw a big pile of scraps in the range. The potato scallops were just the right thickness and tenderness, again covered in that light crispy beef dripping batter. Overall, a very impressive traditional fish and chip shop serving excellent fish and chips in spotless surroundings. Great food, friendly staff, definitely one I'd happily return to. Cooking in, beef dripping, payment cash or card, fish reviewed, haddock. See you on the next one.
The Chippy Tour, cruising the coast, can't ignore. With every bite, I'm loving it more. Saving the chippies, that's what I'm for. Yo, I hit the road, got salt in my veins. From London to Scotland, through sunshine and rain. Fish and chips in my hand, it's a noble quest. Supporting the classics, yeah, I'm doing my best. Met a bloke in Troon with a tempura squid. A castle in Wales where I had my bid. From mushy piece of battered Mars bar. A culinary Johnny, I'm a food rock star. I'm the Chippy Tour, tasting it all. Beef fritter scraps, yeah, I answer the call. Savory scallops, deep fried dreams,